let's see. Everything pretty much looks right. All right, cool. So you might notice that it's a little bit darker than the last time. This is because I ran back to town, switched gear make sure Leon had the best stuff whenever I assigned him to the inn. We also changed Ashley's outfit a little bit, stopped using the stewardess hat, and used the whatever the heck this is, Cassardi shift instead. So still got the midriff that Lorax wants. Still got the bow and we're also using the daggers we got last time too. Where's everything else pretty much as you remember. I'm also going to hop into the rift, because there is one here, and I'm going to show off what I should have done. The ears are perfect. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, ears were the easy part. I started from there. I figured what I would do is do a search by pawns our pawn knows. That limits it to the people that have summoned you. So I can check for levels, and pretty much all these people are actively playing, so most of their levels will be too high. Now, yeah, they're all too high level anyway. Okay. Oh, drat. Never mind. I figured level 11 Vineal here probably wouldn't be worth taking out, but... You know what? I favorited you, and you're only 120, so...
Is everything in order, Master?
Trade out a, you know, a typical blonde, geared up pawn for a dwarf. That is how we roll. And did we do anything with her? I can't recall. I'm going to assume not. So, do our spud. Yeah, some... They put a little effort into it. And man, I don't remember anything that she did. Just that it wasn't great, so.
A fair result.
Plus Final Fantasy 13 reference. No room for those here.
Yes, Arisen.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Arisen.
instead.
I am honored.
Yeah. Generally, it doesn't cost too many rift crystals as long as they're close in level. All right. Phython has a pawn we could use. You were leveling up one from last time, right? Yeah. Let me
Quite the grand
check. Because I friended you last time, I believe. So you should be in there. Let's see, search by friend list. Phython, right. Oh, Olena, I think we saw her in there too. That was the one I saw in there, yeah. She is a... Harmony? Oh, yeah, Harmony, right. There we are.
Yes, Arisen.
Let's see. Fair enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we'll drop this
Is
guy.
everything in order, Master?
Don't get our 100 rift crystals back, but so it goes. And I'll probably summon him again if I want to.
I'd hope. May I pop?
Yes, Arisen.
All right.
I am honored.
Yeah, even if Olena was a little higher level, she wouldn't cost any rift crystals, as her friend's pawns never do. Don't actually have that character anymore. Oh, okay. Sinead OC honor. Nice, Lorax. Yeah, who is your current pawn? Phython. So check friends list. Summon. That's what we got. Weird. Well, hopefully it'll... Did you not rest, maybe, and update at the inn? Well, regardless, you know, she'll be fine for now. Okay, but yeah, the reason why you want to have a good team for this is that you have to basically do an escort mission to escort the cart to the capital.
We make for the
There isn't a rose late this day, it's like 3 days later.
But fear not. We walk with the Arisen, slayer of hydras.
Alright. Yeah, the audio looks about right. Maybe a little quiet, but about right.
Let us go.
Okay.
Feel more familiar with this.
But yeah, the main thing you want to be careful for, and that's the reason why I picked up a full bend, is that it lets you snipe. Basically, it's your sniping skill. Liana's
Flying monsters plague the path to Gran Soren.
right. Figures.
Flying monsters plague the path to
It's
Gran
about the same thing there. Phython did end up remaking her. Gotcha. But yeah, like I was starting to say earlier, before we got sidetracked with the pawn and stuff, we're using the annealed daggers from last time. And I'm not sure where the reference was. Basically, what those are, it's say, ooh, dear. I forgot the goblins attacked you right away. Well, back to the rift with us. Next time I'll actually pay attention to the to what's coming up ahead. But yeah, the basically anneal or anel is was the old pronunciation for it, and it refers to basically glazing something like in a kiln. You know, it has nothing to do with oil. And the other use of it was a very you know, like Middle Ages thing, and that referred to giving people last rites. So instead, all it does is it is a dark arisen. Basically, all of the oil annealed, you know, weapon types are used to cover enemies in oil, so that fire attacks do more damage.
I'll fill it with arrows.
Even goblins.
All right,
Take no chances, men. Cut them down on
always be looting. Did we get all that?
Blows to the head work well.
And I don't think the ox can actually die, but it's still not a... There we go. And yeah, full bend does more damage as well, so you can kind of use it to...
from above. Right
You can use it to get a little... to try to one-shot these harpies, too. Let's see, do I have... Yeah. Yeah, Lorax was asking... I think it was Lorax was asking about the... throwing, like, the fire... jars and stuff at enemies, and yeah, she has the toss and trigger move, which is not quite the same thing, but let's see, that's pinions. If you remember from there we go. Yeah, if you remember from last time, one of the items we needed, you had a couple harpy tail feathers, you know, the rectrix, to upgrade. Hello. And yeah, so I want to keep my eyes open for all the drops. And drops are physics enabled. Let's try to line that up. Yeah, they can and will roll down the mountain, so you don't get them if you don't immediately make a beeline for them. Let's see, what's the next? More harpies, or is it wolves and stuff? We have a bird's nest to shoot down, I think. Maybe not. Had to destroy all that stuff behind me with my bow first. Ooh, missed. There we are. Needless to say, I think Biting Wind, is that the move? That helps out a lot here. There we go. Yeah, maybe I wasn't getting the headshot earlier, and that was my problem. Let's see. Are we? Oh, still got the... Yeah, needless to say, pawns can be pretty darn accurate with their spells. A lot easier than it would be if you tried to do it. Let's see, and they come in for the... Yeah, the harpies aren't too much of a threat. It's definitely the goblins you have to watch out for. And what's up here? just some loot. Oh. Oh, the one I shot down. Oh, there's wolves up ahead too. I forgot about them. Do not mess around with wolves on hard mode. One thing you can do on easier difficulties is that if you get yourself hurt, you can get a mage to cure you, and then stand such that the radius of the healing spell will get the ox, and that will or the cart, and that'll heal it too. But you know, if on hard mode, if you're taking damage, you're probably dying. So. Start moving forward a little bit. I saw one of them flying around. There we go. I had to pat myself on the back a little bit, but that's a pretty good shot. Alright. Sweet. And he didn't drop anything. Okay. Exactly, Keen. Yeah, they are seriously walking this cart through the most monster-infested pass in the entire country. If somebody does get knocked out or put to sleep, yeah, you can pick each other up. Without any sleep resistance, the sleeping song tends to put you under pretty quickly. And oh, Harvey Pinion. I don't know if I got into it last time, but basically status effects in this game tend to automatically kick in, and then you raise your resistance to them. So once you have 100% resistance, and nothing goes above 100, there are some things that will automatically work no matter what your resistance is, but yeah, Lorax kind of teases, yeah, that's a pretty good shot, then later misses an enemy on the ground, right? It's like the experiment with the seagulls, you know, it's the wings that throw me off, man. Let's see, I think, is that I don't know what that is. Oh, behind us. I believe you can destroy those things. Oh, well, it destroyed. Unfortunately, we have a. There we go. Yeah, if you actually get a mage to buff you with fire, it can make your arrows be able to set the harpy's wings on fire and shoot them down. Whereas if this one's using ice, which doesn't really do anything special for us, you would think coating feathers in ice would also be bad for their flyability, but I don't think it matters any. Yeah, Flython, the harpies are kind of creepy. And I kind of like the monsters in general in this one, really. You know, they do overdo it with the palette swaps, but... this one... Oh. She flew right through that crowd to go right after me. Nice. Okay, we got that? Yeah. Somebody got hurt there, but it wasn't me, so, you know. Yeah, that's a... Oh, I missed. Yeah, the toss and trigger is a good weapon to use, a good skill to use on the wolves, because as the pawns might remind you. Okay, now I've got some damage. So yeah, I will wait for the reticle to come up, indicating the mage wants to heal me. Yeah, and then run up ahead. There we go. So that way it'll include... There we go. You can see the Ox's HP refilling there. Yeah, with the exception of the palette swaps, I really like the monsters in this game. And I guess they tend to overdo a little bit with the like the ogres and cyclopses. Like there is as much variety in the big monsters as there probably could be.
I am eager to see it.
Then I think this triggers an ambush. There isn't one here just yet. So I think it's a good time to get off that 666 HP, and more importantly, just top off for to. Yeah, and I am in the territory where I'm surviving hits now. It's not just one-hit kills. So yeah, it's only at the very, very start of the game, and when you're dealing with high damage single strike monsters that you're really looking at one-shot kills. Okay, draw distance issue there. There you go.
The creatures come! Cut them down, men!
There we go. Oh, oh dear. Yeah, I think that might...
They come! There must be out here that will open the gates!
Okay, good enough. Anyway, yeah, you want to run up ahead, pull this, and then go back and deal with the enemies, so that the cart... Because the cart will just stop moving when it sees the gate in the way. And it's not bad if you want to take a moment to heal up, but with the kind of damage these enemies are doing on hard mode, it's not really worth the risk.
There, goblins!
Okay. Run back and grab the... oh, there aren't any... There aren't any explosive barrels left. Ouch. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Pull the bow. Yeah, the goblins just completely destroyed the cart here. So I'm gonna wait for the mage to... wait for the mage to start healing me. Then run up ahead to get its health back up a little bit. There we go. And now it should be clear to have a second to go back and loot while it's doing that.
Keep marching!
Jeez. Getting tons and tons of gold though. That's cool. I think it only matters how much health the and I don't know if that even matters at all. Because as you saw, the health can get emptied, but I don't know if it changes the reward you get at the end or something maybe. Yeah. One more arrow. That's all I need. Nope. Wasn't gonna get it though.
Stay vigilant till we're in Gran Soren's gates, men.
So we've gotten 2 levels out of this already. There we are. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gold is not much of a problem on hard. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it too. Obviously, part of it is the fact to actually make the game challenging, because it just isn't on normal. But also so we'll be able to always afford the fashion dogma as it becomes available. Oh, we're casting it on Leon, right? Because I wasn't hurt, right? So whenever you can afford all of the items, I can just kind of tell people that, hey, it's like you can take a look at the Dragon's Dogma Wikia and just let me know what you want me to put on, if anything. Kind of like in Dark Souls, where you can boot up, was it Mugen Monkey, I think, and actually have all of the costume pieces there, and you can just try them out. Way to protect your caravan guards. What? I know what I'm here for is actually deal with the tough monsters. What are you here for? Okay, I think that's probably all they dropped. But it does kind of give a good sense of scale, sense of time on hard mode, because it's like, yeah, we've crossed quite a bit of territory. We've lost some people. It's taken a while. Like it'll usually be around nighttime by the time you get here in most games. Oh, whoa. Okay. Let's deal with that archer. So you do not want to let ranged enemies there that can draw a bead on you. There we go.
They're left exposed after a
I can
crash.
also... And you can kind of... Oh, well, in theory, you can hold enemies for your people to help you deal with, but they did not want to in that case.
In numbers, Arisen.
We have triumphed.
I just like having some fun with the idea of actually holding the cultists, and dragging them away instead of vice versa. Let's see. Yeah, not that it really matters. Like I said, I don't think it really matters much about the health. I thought you could fail this quest and have to try it again, but I might just be misremembering things. Can we steal the enemies, Metal Gear Solid 5 style? I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5. I saw an LP of Peace Walker, where you can like abduct people with the rescue balloons and stuff. Rescue balloons. Do they? I guess they have something similar in 5. Peace Walker always seemed like peak Metal Gear to me, where they have the earnestness of the story. In this case, with the Cold War and everything, with complete just absurdity. And of course, the pointless swerve ending and everything. It really quite impressive. Now, eventually, enemies will break free. They'll start kicking. You can definitely fail it. Flython says, "Uh-oh, I guess we lucked out with the ox only being almost dead that one time." Then you can steal everything. Wonderful.
Great. Between his duties as sovereign and the worm.
That's your plus Monster Hunter crossover, right?
Shall we enter Arisen?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's true. At the very end of Peace Walker, they actually have like dinosaurs from Monster Hunter, right? Yeah, I remember that. And at the very end, you can just kind of pace yourself along and dramatic march for the capital. I think the game kicks it to the following morning, no matter what time you actually get here, because it would have been kind of silly to have a parade in your honor. So yeah, now you're ready to actually, do this. Hey, Taco Casa, can't actually fail this quest. The Mercedes and the Ox get back up if they drop to 0. Gotcha.
We've arrived. Well done, men. A Hydra's head is a fine
That's the way he likes her
prize.
dramatic
His
marches.
Grace will be pleased with the Corps' work.
Yeah, exactly. Phython. I thought so too. We might be confusing this with another quest.
Walk proud through these streets, men. We are
I do know
heroes.
that there's this
We are
really weird
Gran Soren.
system where if an NPC dies and they're essential to other quests, they come back in 7 days, and so it kind of makes death feel a little pointless. Metal Gear, well known for its restraint, yeah.
I'll make for the castle directly to offer my report to His Grace. I'll have word sent for you, friend. Pray, sojourn in the capital a while. To the castle, men! Step lively!
Fortune smiles upon me. Well, I am called Mason, if it please you.
And there's enough conspiracy theories in Resident Evil without needing the Masons involved.
To the capital a conquering hero, you'll be needing aught to do.
All right, everybody, alt counter +1.
My word to you, begin with the pawns.
Now, what we're going to do is run to, because you might remember from last time that Kina got her silly self lost, and she went off to the Witchwood, which is quite a ways away. As soon as you do the next, I think it's the next 2 quests, you do something with the pawns, and then you go to to another area. Oh, hey, Renard. And once you're done with that, you can no longer rescue her. Basically, she rescues herself, but it cuts off all the other quests that involve the NPC she runs into in the Witchwood later. So we're going to be doing that next. I want to have a port crystal before we go. There's one of them we can get shortly. So I will be kind of sequence breaking a little bit, running and getting it, and then we're going to go back and head to the Witchwood. This would also be a good time. Submarine Shadow 4. We want that. The Griffic Victory is a very, very nice long sword, or great sword, but we cannot survive a trip to the Shadow Fort in our current state. Likewise, the Great Wall is even further than the Shadow Fort, so we'll have to come back to those later. Lure of the Abyss, that was it. Yep. Yep, thank you. Yeah, it's like I know what the quests are, but I don't remember what they're called.
Pray, allow me to begin anew. I am Asalam, and this is my inn.
Salam. I like that name.
I hope this is the first of many visits, sir.
And the first of many visits, especially if you're playing the original. Like Ven and I talked about last time, this is one of the characters a lot of people tended to end up as their love interest, because merchants counted for they talk to people to build love points with them, and you'd have to talk to him all the time to change your vocation. So,
there you'll find Gran Soren's pawn guild.
And he gives us directions. West side of town is where the pawn guild is.
Just tell the sentries you have business with the guild.
Yeah, Takakasa says, a burn is a beast. Has to be around level 40. Only ever seen ogres on hard or the dragon managed to kill him. Yeah, there is a Drake if you take the shortcut that way. And I bet... Yeah, did you try to get Burn to help you out with the Drake? Because that would have been... That's a pretty good idea. I never even thought of that. Alright, so we have the points. We have the power. What are we changing Ashley to? Well, she is currently a Strider. She will eventually be everything to get all the augments we like, so we can customize her fully. But yeah, so our options are Fighter. Fighter and Mage are the ones we talked about earlier. They are the basic evocations. Warrior, it focuses on two-handed swords. Ranger is basically it's a Strider but with more archery, less daggery. Sorcerer is Mage with more offense and less utility. Mystic Knight is your hybrid. Yeah, these are self-explanatory. Hybrid fighter mage, hybrid strider mage. The assassin is a bit different. The assassin is basically strider and fighter, but more of a solo finesse, vicious type thing. So, 2 votes for warrior already. Well, I will give it a couple seconds while I get some water, kind of parched, and let me know what you want. And if it is warrior, I'm definitely down with that. It is true that Magic Archer and Mystic Knight are a little limited at the start because you don't have any of their good weapons yet. I don't even know if they sell any of them yet. I know Caxton and Gran Soren and here in town sells, I think, at least one of everything. But unanimous for warrior. All right, I am down with that. That's true. Warrior Hellion style. Lorax approves. All right. And Leon we will leave as Strider for the moment until he gets a couple more levels, and then we might switch him to... basically, I'll try to come up with something for him that's complementary to what Ashley is. Like, eventually we're going to want him to get into Fighter and Warrior to get the strength augments to make his bows do more damage as a Strider. Alright. So, let's re-equip her with what she had for now. There's all the DLC stuff. Yeah. You can cosplay as characters we haven't actually met yet, or Madeline. It's funny with the orange color scheme. That's actually kind of not too bad for Ashley. But let's stick with what we had. Yeah, most of the stuff we had was stuff anybody can use. Oh, but you can use those now. Very cool. And then we had... What did we have for using? Oh, yeah, the pants. Oh, yeah, pants. And HP. And those. All right. Cool. Let's go buy her a sword. Yeah, I definitely moved it to dawn of the following day.
The master works all.
Alright, Masterworks all. So two-hander. Alright, another important question too. Giant sword or giant hammer? Take a good look at those. Both wonderfully oversized and silly, but we can only choose one. Yeah, I think hammers tend to swing a little more slowly in exchange for doing a little bit higher damage. Also take a look at what we can buy fashion Dogma-wise. Oh my gosh, that hat. She looks like she's ready for business now. But I think Madeline is in here too, somewhere.
Seems the Pawn Guild lies in the western
Pawn Guild lies in the
part
western
of
part of town. So somebody already used Leon to get that far. I might go ahead and rest again, just to actually get it to count toward resting, so I can check my rift crystals and see who used Leon last time. Oh yeah, we'll do that later. We'll probably get a little more XP and everything on our way out.
We can see. It is our prayer. Have your pick.
Okay.
When you like. Come again soon.
Whew. Oh, we need to put stuff away. If we can get her to light, very light, it probably isn't going to happen. If we can get her to light, that would be great.
When you like. What will it be today?
We can also, yeah, also see what we can get her for skills. You're right. That'd be good too. You all were going to let me walk away without actually getting her anything for warrior, weren't you? Let's do upward strike, pommel, sure. Let's see. Chain of one-handed sword slashes across a broad range. I don't know. Withdrawing the blade on her giant mallet. I don't see that happening, but okay. Fashion defense, okay. That sounds very handy. Well, longer range sounds pretty useful. Lord plays everyone else as he's never played this one. Let's see. Home Splitter is a good one. He's got that, and he knows how to use it intelligently enough. Snare. I don't think pawns use that intelligently, really at all. Stuns foes. Yeah, we'll get him the upgrade to that. And we'll get him... Yeah, that's a pretty good one, too. Until we can get the, I think, fivefold shot. Probably our best choice there. And we want to get... Yeah, that sounds good. That'll let him shoot more quickly when he's out of stamina. Cool. Change our augments. So pommel. If I can find Madeline, she sells a set. I think it's the barbed nails that do more stun and knockback. That'd be pretty useful. Useful here. Okay.
What will it be? Have you come again?
There we go.
Here we can rest.
Oh, and then actually deposit things, right?
We can. It is
And we'll get Leon the skulls. It's a pretty big jump defensively. And how about those compare? Not at all. Okay.
what will it be today? Have you come again?
I made us the light, which is pretty much all I wanted out of that. There she is.
How good to see you again. You remember me, yes?
Did we remember Madeline?
Yes, you'll find naught but the fine.
Okay, not an ought, just a naught. So I think that can. So I think we can let her slide on that one. Yeah, she sells some of those things we haven't looked at yet. Yeah, circlets are good for magic, which neither one of us use at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, she tends to focus on female-specific stuff or mage gear. Yeah, a lot of the merchants tend to have niches like that. She isn't selling the barbed nails yet. Okay. Is it her that sells those? I don't remember. Let's see. Catching fire, sleep. Huh. Yeah, we can afford it, and I guess whenever we go back to dealing with those harpies, that would be good to have. Sweet.
You'll find not.
All right. Now, before we move on, let's go take care of that port crystal situation. So we have a ways north to run, and there are some pretty tough enemies we will be trying to get away from. So Flython, if you're oh, wait a minute, you didn't get their health back. Okay, let's go rest after all then. I did not realize that the game skipped to dawn of the following day, but not actually giving us any HP.
This way leads on to the encampment.
Place one can live without fear.
And needless to say, there are a lot of side quests and stuff to do here in town that we'll be getting to right as soon as we get done helping Kina out.
Have your pick. What will it be today?
Stay till definitely morning.